Everyone is here. It's finally the Switch's turn to get a taste of the fun and mayhem that is Smash Bros. The latest entry in the series is holding nothing back. With over 70 characters and more than 100 stages, it has plenty of ways to keep this crossover brawler fresh for a long time. I have been a fan of the Smash Bros. Series since its start in 1999, and I absolutely loved Smash Bros. Melee. While I definitely have enjoyed all of the newer entries as well, none of them has captured my attention the same way that Melee did all those years ago. Smash Bros. Ultimate feels like the first entry since Melee that I won't want to put down for quite some time. Ultimate seems to have that perfect mix of being so easy to pick up and have a fun, chaotic time with friends, while still being deep and technical for those that want to take the time to work on their skills. While I am by no means a pro player myself, I appreciate all the incredible technical stunts that skilled players can pull off. This time around, there's no fear of your favorite character being left out since, well, everyone's here, along with some fun and interesting newcomers. Every character that has been in a Smash game is in Ultimate. With a roster like that, it is very easy to play for hours and still be excited for the next match. Pair that with the staggering amount of stages that are all available from the start, and the variety is non-stop. Unlocking characters is still as fun as it's ever been. In Ultimate, every 10 minutes or so of playtime will result in a new challenger appearing to fight. Beat the challenger and that character is unlocked. Lose, and you will get a chance to rematch after a short time. Some of the CPU-controlled challengers this time around can put up a pretty good fight, and rematches for me were needed more than I'd like to admit. Some of these characters were a bit of work to unlock, but it made victory all the sweeter. I have always loved this approach to character unlocks, and it never stops being exciting to have a new character to play with. Plus, having the fights be challenging makes it all the more rewarding. My only complaint is I often would not want to play a character I didn't know well, since I would want to be ready for the constant stream of new challengers. As long as you don't mind doing rematches, it's a non-issue though. Smash Bros. Ultimate is very aware of its history, as it starts you off with just the base characters from the original game, and even the full character roster lists them in order of appearance from the series. The amount of care and detail that goes into bringing so many different IPs to life in the same space comes across as a labor of love. The added visual flair to past stages is great to see, and the option to play stages without hazards or with a simplified layout is hugely appreciated. Smash Bros. Ultimate has a huge amount of options and modes. I especially love the new feature of saving and selecting all your different custom rule sets. It's great to have all the many crazy ways you and your friends like to play ready to go at any moment. Other quality of life changes include picking the stage before choosing your character, giving you a chance to make a more informed character decision. Classic mode returns, and it's just as fun as it's ever been. Each character has a unique kind of run tailored for that character, such as Street Fighter characters having a run of all stamina battles. The large variety of bosses outside of just the classic Master Hand and Crazy Hand keeps things interesting. The only disappointment I had was that there only seems to be one bonus stage that is exactly the same for every character. And even then, it's not very interesting. It's merely a timed run through a short level while collecting orbs. Online mode, for the most part, seems to run well. It is a peer-to-peer system rather than server-based, so it is possible to get some pretty shaky connections, but in our playtime, the bad ones were not too common. You can jump into quick matches or choose what rule set you would prefer. The game will try to match you with up to 3 other players, but will go with less if it's taking too long to find a full party. Battle Arena mode allows you to have all kinds of control over your Smash setup. You are dropped into a virtual arena, where you can join a fight by placing your icon in the ring. When you are not in the current match, you can hang out in the waiting area or spectate from the stands. You can even make your own battle arena where you decide who can join. You choose the number of players, set the team, and choose whether it's the winner or the loser that sticks around for the next fight. Background matchmaking is a handy feature that allows you to search for other matches to play while waiting for your preferred setup to find a hit. Ultimate's campaign mode, World of Light, is an interesting way to have tons of unique challenge matches to keep you busy while also trying to tie everything together with some plot. However, the spirit mechanics feel like they fall a little short. Spirits are basically cards that have a character and stats on them. There are main spirits and assist spirits. Assist spirits can be slotted into a main spirit if the main spirit has the needed amount of slots to fit it. Basically, the main spirit decides your overall stats, and assist spirits give you abilities or items that you start a battle with. Upping the customization option even more is a skill tree that also lets you unlock abilities that are similar to the ones found on Spirits. Some of these are pretty powerful, like giving you a second final smash or an additional air jump, but most are small bonuses that add up when stacked with Spirits. All the pieces are here for a deep and interesting customization system. However, many of the abilities that Spirits and even the skill tree grant just remove the negative effects of a matchup. This ends up feeling less like you are customizing your playstyle and more of just a progression gate. In most of my fights, just having a maxed out Spirit was all I needed to worry about, and I rarely felt any need to change my loadout. The main exception was whenever I did need to negate a constant status effect, like the entire stage being electrified, which isn't strategy, it's just a requirement. The game boasts over 1,300 spirits, which are fun to collect, but I only ever use a handful of them. Having a spirit that is not up to snuff often means you just have to come back to a fight later, which just adds to the feeling that spirits gate content more than they customize your style. All the truly interesting spirits for me were the support spirits, which I did enjoy. They have the potential to truly change how you approach a fight. Unfortunately, you can only equip such a limited number of them, or sometimes none at all, that it's hard to feel like you have an actual build going. If you do end up needing to negate an effect of the stage, then you're not going to have slots left anyways. Matchups in the story mode are quite creative, and it really was neat seeing just how the developers could go about representing all kinds of different characters with the fighters and items that they have available, such as a match against Mega Man who protects a passive Dr. Light that's represented by Dr. Mario. This kind of creativity is fun to see, and the game kept surprising me with creative matchups. The world map itself can be fun to explore. My favorite moments were the separated segments that had puzzles or switches to activate while exploring around. It felt very dungeon-like at times, which I liked. Overall, I feel like they did a good job making the story mode fun to play and interesting enough to keep you going. It's just that most of the spirits, and therefore all the mechanics for interacting with them, really did not have much use to me and eventually became tedious. Of course, Smash is not Smash without friends, and there are plenty of ways to play with others in Ultimate. Local play is a blast and just as fun and crazy as it has ever been. Add in some CPU players for extra mayhem, tweak the items, turn off hazards, play Fox only with no items on Final Destination for old time's sake. If there is a stage you love the look of but just hate the layout for, now you can play any stage with a Final Destination or Battlefield layout. They really have done a great job of making Smash fun for everyone. Let's just make sure we don't ask Mr. Sakurai for anything ever again. Smash Bros. Ultimate understands what makes the series great and embraces it with both arms. Whatever small disappointments I had here and there pale in comparison to the overall fun I had with the game. Even after this review and all the time I already put in, it is still fun to pick up and play, especially local multiplayer. This will undoubtedly be the go-to party game for many Switch players from now on.